What up, y'all? Another day, another thrift store find. So, I find this one interesting. A mini HDMI2AV converter. This is the HDMI input, and these are the RCA output, composite, left and right, and the USB or power, and the NTSC or PAL switch. Of course, we'll set this one to NTSC, but we'll be using PAL as well. Bought from the same place where I buy my Walkman, the area which the store which we call Latagan or flea market. I bought this one because I think this is interesting. I saw also a modulator but decided not to buy it. But it turns out I don't need it because as I was showing the demo, uh, it I don't need a modulator because we already have the RCA and some problems with my PC that will complement the the modulator or the TV effect. Something I thought of doing if I had a modulator, but it turns out I don't need to. So yeah, let's go to my PCs. So these are my two PCs currently in use. This is the main PC that I use, the MSI board with Intel Pentium, and this is my recording PC, the uh, Fujitsu Esprimo with Intel Core 2 Duo. So this is the PC I said that was broken but still functional. It has problems with its VGA port. It has problems with USB ports. When I try to plug something, it will shut down the entire computer. Of course, it may be caused by several factors, but mainly it's probably because of the u bent CPU pins. When I cleaned them before and then noticed that some of the pins were bent and some were unfortunately detached from the pin assembly. So yeah, it, while already in its fatal state, it's still working, weirdly enough. And this is the PC because this has the one with the functional USB ports. This is the one I use to record all of my recordings that I would upload on YouTube. This runs on 110 or 100 volts, which is half of the typical PC, which is 220. And these are my uh, items. This is the TV Plus, this is the analog TV box, and this is the K-World. This is the K-World DVD maker or USB capture card that I usually use and will be using for this video. Uh, this will be our setup. The recording PC Fujitsu will be our active computer for this demonstration, and the quote-unquote main PC that I use usually will be instead connected to the HDMI2AV, and then the composite output will be then connected to the K-World USB capture device, which will be then connected through USB to the Fujitsu PC for recording. Now, when I first used the HDMI to AV, I tried to power it on using the USB port, but it turns out I don't have to because the HDMI can provide the power provided that the source is turned on. And also I noticed that the video output has static if I haven't connected the audio line of the PC or the source to the line in of the Fujitsu PC. I think this is because my main PC has so many problems it causes to go static, but when I connect the audio, the line out of the main PC to the line in of the Fujitsu PC, the static is gone. Then again, the problem is in the main MSI PC that I use. So yeah, I would use I would use the staticky effect for organic static effects, because uh, I really don't like the um, synthesized VHS effects or static effects. I like them the real deal. This is why I prefer to use the analog for capturing over digital TV, because I like it when it's staticky, because it to me it feels like it's the real deal. Anyway, I'll be using both for demonstration. So here we go. Alright, we are now using the recording PC, the Fujitsu one with Windows 8, and this is the OBS Studio. We'll be switching to that in a while. And these these are my PCs, and this will be the setup. As you can see, the HDMI is connected to the converter converter box. The HDMI to AV then is connected to the video, composite video, although because I don't have a video cable, I used the audio cable for the meantime. And so it goes. This is the recording PC, the USB. Now the only issue is that I have two mice here and here. These are my two mice, but I have only one keyboard. So I'll be connected the one keyboard. I'll be connecting the one keyboard to the main PC here, and I'll start recording. And again, as I said, I don't need the power because the HDMI will provide the power for the converter box. So I'll turn on the PC right now. And now it's turned on, and as you can see, it shows the color bars, meaning we powered this box on. Okay, because you can press F2 because this PC doesn't have a battery, this CMOS battery. It's actually dead, so I disposed of it. So yeah, here it goes. Yes, you can change the startup sound of Windows 11 using uh, Winero Tweaker, and that's what I did. Okay, we'll be demoing the staticky effect by plugging the audio out. Of course, here I'll plug it here, and as you can see, it causes static. And now if we turn it back on, the static's gone. So this will be very important. It has some pros and cons. Of course, the pros will be no static if the audio is okay. The cons is that if I need the staticky effect, the organic static effect, then I have to not use the audio and maybe impose the audio on the editing side of things. So we're here now on the desktop, and right now it's currently in 1024 by 768. I adjusted it beforehand, and we'll set it to like 800 by 600 to make it more visible. And when we look at the refresh rate, it's 5994, twice that of 2997, which is exactly what we need, I guess. So they play some media here, and this is actually a pen and scan of Star Wars that I was making for when case I want to make my own VHS version of it from scratch. Yes, I want to make a VHS version of films from scratch. This, by the way, is from, I saved this film. This is one of the films that I salvaged from a hard drive that is failing. So yeah, I guess I might be pirating, but it's from a hard drive. What I gotta do with it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away!
And I'll plug it back on. So yeah, that's how I get the static key effects if when I want to do some things. Isn't that gloriously grady? Yeah. If you have noticed by now, you can see the black borders and the recording. I don't know why. I think it's because of the HDMI2AV itself. The problem is not in the OBS nor in the K-World USB drive, so it's actually in the HDMI2AV. That's the issue. So I'm gonna try open my YouTube account. Of course, youtube.com, turn around Haze, and I think we're gonna watch some videos. Let's pause. Hold up. Well, never mind. We'll use the old videos of mine. So here's my Walkman video. Unfortunately, that Walkman is now gone. It's disintegrated, unfortunately. So, but I think it's a good idea nevertheless to show this one because I can.
Pwede! Ginagamit sa ulo! Hindi! Hindi! Sakit sa ulo! Hindi! Sa ulo! Hindi! Oh! Hindi! Sakit sa ulo! Oo! Hindi! Anes!
Ayan na! Malamang yan ang gawin sa'yo ng kasama mo.
Noo yung huling malapit-lapit eh. Noo.
Lahat nabanggit mo na nasa ulo, isa lang ang hindi.
Pumunta ka sa likod.
Ano to? Ano to?
Forehead.
Ano yan? Sa Tagalog?
Opo.
Anong ano?
Likod ng noo.
Likod ng noo.
Ha?
Batok.
Batok. Ayun, pwede mo nang batokan, no?
Darley. Ayan.
Ayan, si Ryan, no? Manenenorize na naman, no?
Ayan.
Roxy and Gerald, pasok
Okay.
sa jackpot round. Okay.
Okay, halika na,
Balik
halika na.
dito.
Dali, pwesto na kayo. Ito'y dalawa na kayo rito.
And from the looks of it, it's quite good enough. Well, the only criticism I have here is the black bars or black borders all over the video. But nevertheless, this is good. If for instance, I want to record some stuff onto VHS, only if I have one. Uh, uh, because yeah, but if I have one, I'm gonna do some things. I'm gonna record some films. This is why I would edit films from my failing hard drive, and I will pan and scan it. I watch some videos on how to do that. Some would do the likes of Zootopia or The Amazing Digital Circus. They would edit it frame by frame, shot per shot, to make it to 4:3, which will then be more fitting for VHS tape, for VHS setting, because doing it on widescreen is very tricky, to say the least. As for the static parts, it's kind of good enough, I guess. This is why I not to hate, not to denigrate the available VHS or TV static effects filter, but I like my things the organic way. So this is also the reason why I made a recreated version of the final sign-off of ABS-CBN. That's because I don't have a TV at the time, an analog TV. Only if I have my K-World DVD maker capture card and my AV-mate TV box, and maybe my own digital TV box, because we only have a digital TV box back then, and I wasn't able to watch the final shutdown of ABS-CBN because my brothers at the time were still busy watching Yay, because I thought it would be sign off finally, until it wasn't, until like June 30 or July something. But yeah, thank you, Macoleta. Anyway though, and lastly, I would like to thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. At the time of this filming, I'm nearing 1K subs. I will release this video once I reach past 1K. And to be honest, I don't really ask to subscribe to my channel. Liking my videos is enough. Subscribing is more. But I suggest to do so, to like and subscribe to my channel, because again, I will say it rarely. I think that's all for today, and until then, this is Turnaround Hayes. Do what is right and just. Thank you all. Good day. God bless. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all sometime.
This is ABS-CBN Corporation Channel 2, in the service of the Filipino. Now signing off.